Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to make this brass keychain bottle opener. Pretty easy project. It makes a great gift. So let's get started. Alright, so we're going to start with this piece of brass. This is red brass, which is like a tougher brass. I'm not going to get into the metallurgy of it, but this is a pipe that was cut and textured. So I'm going to take you over to the bench. I'm going to show you how I did that. So here's the pipe, very heavy duty. I just cut a little section off, about yo big, and then I split it with a hacksaw, flattened it out, and then I cut this section off. Then I took it over to my little anvil, and with a bunch of different ball peen hammers, bigger ones, smaller ones, just textured it. And just keep doing that over and over on each side, and we get this nice textured finish on it. Alright, I'll take you back over to the table and we'll continue. Okay, so I have just a rough shape I cut out of a piece of cardboard, and we're going to give ourselves a nice little outline here. Now, once we start trimming it and, you know, grinding it down and stuff, it may look a little different, but the first thing we're going to want to do is drill a hole right there to get that radius. So I will take you over to the drill press and we'll drill that hole. Alright, first thing we're going to do is, I have a center drill bit in there. We're going to get the hole started. Now I have a 15/64 drill bit, and I'm going to drill right through that. Give me a second to change the bit. I'm going to drill the hole through now. I'm just going to get something to hold this because I don't want it to grab and then spin out of my hand. So give me 1 sec. Alright, hopefully that shows up. I just put a couple brads in there to hold this. Safety first. Brass is very soft to drill through, but better be safe than sorry. Alright, so we got our hole there. I'll bring you back to the table. Alright, so we have our hole. It's pretty good. We'll apply our lines. Make sure we can see them. Now we're going to cut this out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a hacksaw and I'm going to whittle away at it. And then we'll figure out the final shape that we want down here. So I'm going to bring it over to the vise. I'm going to cut this down with a hacksaw, which is very boring to watch, and I'll bring you back and I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, so I got that roughed out, stayed well away from the lines. Now I'm going to take this over to my belt sander, and we're going to start to refine these edges. Then we'll get in there with a file, and we'll do a little file work. So let me bring you over to the belt sander. Alright, make sure you have water to cool it off because it gets hot, and make sure you're wearing safety goggles and hearing protection and gloves if you care to. I don't like wearing gloves when I'm working with this, so I don't want to get my gloves stuck in it, but hey, you really should take all the safety precautions you can. Alright, let's get at it. Alright, so you get the idea. I'm going to continue around, and then we'll do some file work in here, and I'll bring you back. So I'm just going to put it in the vise. Got my assortment of files. This happens to be a chainsaw file. This is a bunch of needle files. And we're just going to start filing away. Alright, that's going to take a little while, but you get the idea. I'll bring you back when we're closer to the finished shape. Alright, so we're getting there. Now what I would advise is to test it at this point before you go crazy doing the rest of it, in case it's not going to work, okay? So I have my favorite beer here, my ginger beer. Mitchell from Guns, Knives, and Beer, do you have koozies this small? So let's try it out. Oh yeah, it's grabbing good. So I think that should be fine. So now we're going to, let's see how we did with our old. Alright, this seemed to have a little bit more of a hook there. Let's see how that does on the bottle. I think this way's better. Alright, so we're going to make some kind of outline on this. Let me grab my Sharpie. Alright, so now this is totally up to you, whatever you want to do. Sort of like a peanut shape. Man, I'm making a lot of things that look like peanuts lately. I think that's pretty cool. Let's see, try something else on this side. Still peanutty. Alright, so basically the same thing I did with this and this. I'll grind this all around, and then we'll put a little hole here, throw it on your key ring, and refine it up a little bit, and I'll be back. Okay, so I got a shape that I'm happy with. I got the hole drilled, and I'm just going to get a little piece of sandpaper, and I'm going to just clean up the edges. You don't have to go crazy, and you can make it any shape you want. So I'm going to spend a few minutes doing this, clean up the edges, and then I'll bring you back and we'll give it a final test, make sure it opens the bottle cap, and we'll be done. So give me a few minutes. Alright, so it's all cleaned up, and I just ran a wire brush over it. It's gonna, you know, tarnish like all brass does. Got a couple little marks there, gives it a little character. I like the way it came out. So let's give it a test. I got my ginger beer, refreshingly light. Beautiful, beautiful. Cheers, my friends. Ah, that is refreshingly light. So I would say without the filming part of it and all of that, it probably took less than an hour to make this. And I'll tell you what, this is a great gift to give someone. I mean, pretty much everybody loves handmade items, and it's very unique. Little brass keychain, bottle opener. So thanks for coming along with this one. This was actually very fun and pretty easy to do. And like always, everyone, I appreciate your views. I appreciate your comments. I hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.